Okay, you are trying to access the lazy stored property for the second time. When you are trying to access the second time, it is still the value of lazy stored property is still 10 only. Okay, still minus 10 only. What happened? Lazy stored property is calculated only once when you access it, and once the value is once the task is prepared, it will not prepare again and again. Most of the time we do not use lazy property, but for the interview purpose I am telling you the lazy property, lazy stored property. What is the purpose of lazy stored property? When you are having a very big task, okay, you want to perform that only when you need it. You want to perform only you need it. Then that cases we can go for lazy stored property, and the values of the lazy stored property will not be calculated multiple times. That is calculated only once. I have given you the example in real time as well. Okay, practical example we have seen here. Multiply is the computer property. Multiply called for twice because we accessed it twice. Whereas subtract is a lazy stored property. When you access it for the first time, it is executed. For the second time, it is not executed. The previously calculated value, whatever it was, that was printed here, which is minus 10. Here the subtraction is minus 10. Here also subtraction is displaying as minus 10. Okay, the requirement for the lazy stored property is when you are having very big task. Some examples are loading a file. Loading a file is a very big task which you want to perform only one time. Reading a file, basically reading a file. Reading a file, once you have one file, once you read that, you can use that. You cannot read again and again. Okay, reading the book is the big task. So the reading a book I can keep here. Only that is read only one time. That is also when you need it. That is also when you need it. Clear? All variety of properties. Okay. In interviews, they will ask you what is static property. The static property can also be declared by using class keyword when you are in the class. When you are in the class, you can use class keyword as well. Let me write that when you are in a class. Let me create my class. My class naming conventions also you need to follow. Class where my class variable is of integer. Static also you can use static where my this is also fine in case of classes. Let me do some value so that you do not need to give the initializer. Okay, these two are the static properties. Class static stored properties not supported in classes. Okay, sorry. The fundamental was here. You can also have a static method and a class method, not variables. Func static method. By using class keyword also, we can declare. Yesterday we have already discussed this class method. Okay. In case of structures, only static is allowed. In case of classes, class keyword also allowed to declare type methods. For the properties, you just need to use the static only. In case of structures, in case of classes as well. Hope things are clear. If you have any doubts, you can ask me. We'll go into some other concept. Here we're having properties and methods together in a class, right? This is called encapsulation. Encapsulation is process of clubbing properties and methods together. Clubbing properties and methods together. That is the concept of encapsulation. Class is an example for the encapsulation. Class is an example for the encapsulation. And some people also says providing the hiding the data in the sense whatever values you are setting here, you cannot directly access them from outside. Here, number of variables I cannot access, number of wheels I cannot access here without the object. Only the data, the properties which you have declared are only accessible within the class. That is also called as encapsulation. Simple definition is encapsulation is binding or grouping instance variables plus methods plus behaviors together into a single unit. This is a single unit which contains instance variables as well as methods. This is known as encapsulation. There is something called inheritance. Inheritance is very, very important. Encapsulation, whether interviewer asks you or not, but inheritance is very, very important, which you need to understand, not for the interviewer to understand, to learn the concept, to understand the concepts. Further, you need to know inheritance. Shall we take new project here? Let me create the new project here itself. Inheritance. Let me take a class, Coco class, which is a calculator. Okay, calculator now contains a few methods like func, add, which is int, comma, again thing is integer, and it performs addition, func, subtraction, and performing, which is again taking a and b. A is after int, b is after int, a minus b. Here print addition a plus b. Here subtraction a minus b. Yeah, these are the two methods I'm having. One is calculator, another one is calculator is a class, and addition is one method, and subtraction is another method. Now, calculator class is ready. I can create a calculator and start using it. Right, and we are coming here. Let my calculator equal to is after calculator. What happened? Calculator is not coming. You can also remove this NS object, though you have it, no problem. But anyways, I can remove. NS object is the root class, topmost class actually. Even if you have this also, no problem. Calculator equal to. What happened, calculator?
Spelling. CL.
No, that is okay. Here also wrong, no problem. CLCU will let your calculator come here. Even you can change the file name, proper naming, calculator. My calculator is ready. I can perform operations. Calculator, once I purchasing is creating. Once I purchase calculator, I can ask calculator perform operation, addition operation between these two. calculator perform this operation, which is subtraction 40, 20. Simple, very simple. Addition and subtraction is calculated, and that is going to be displayed. Okay, addition is 10 and 20 is 30, 40 minus 20 is 20. Addition subtraction is done. This is basic calculator which we used to use at our schooling. But once you come back to BTech, then you have used scientific calculator, right? We have used scientific calculator. Scientific calculator contains all these functions like class. Let's say super calculator. Super calculator. Super calculator contains the same methods, right? Addition it contains, subtraction it contains. Along with that, it contains power. And which is returning. Anyways, I'm just printing here. Print power. Power means A star A into A. Similarly, factorial. In the basic calculator, you do not have this. Power function is not there, and for feature is not there, and factorial A n and how to perform the factorial. If I give 5, I'm very poor in mathematics. Okay. 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1, I guess. Okay. Maybe that is the factorial, if I'm not wrong, for I in 5 to 0, right? This does not work actually. Reverse the range of operator does not work in reverse order, I guess. I would say print I. Okay, let's say I want to perform this operation factorial, and once that is done, where fact equal to 1 at present, here fact equal to fact into I. Every time I get the value, I'm just multiplying that, and finally printing the factorial. Factorial. See, something is wrong, it seems. Perfect. Let me call the factorial here. My calculator, which is part of super calculator. Let me create a separate class for this. Command N, new class, super calculator. Super calculator, come here. Super calculator, I have separate class. Super calculator contains addition, subtraction, power, and factorial. Let me purchase a super calculator now. Let super calculator equal to super calculator. I can ask super calculator to perform addition 10, 20, or 200. There we have used 10, 20, right? Here I'm using super calculator dot subtraction. Subtraction I want to perform between 400 and 200. Also I want to perform super calculator power I want to perform like 10 power super calculator dot factorial of 5, and see the result. Yeah, this is the range should be upper only. That is what the right what we thought. Yeah, how to move backward. Stride right, stride from n to 1 and by 1 value minus 1. by -1. Each time, come back. What is this? Run it. Factorial of 5 is 120. Okay, perfect. We have calculator, we have super calculator. I purchased a calculator and I'm able to perform addition and subtraction. And my calculator that power I am unable to perform because this is the basic calculator which I do not have this function. Once I purchase super calculator, then I am able to perform this. Because the super calculator has super powers. The superpowers here are the power and factorial. These two classes are as usual, whatever we have created so far. Same thing, we have created a class and access the methods. But here what is happening? Calculator contains addition and subtraction. Super calculator also contains addition and subtraction. What happened? So calculator come into picture at the year around 1990. Assume that it came at 1990. In 2000 year, super calculator is invented. When a super calculator is invented, they can reuse it, right? They can reuse the functionality. They can reuse the functionality of the calculator. On top of that, they can build super calculator, right? Calculator to invent the calculator, it took 100 decades actually. Okay, again, why we need to spend decades here to use the functionality to rebuild everything? We can reuse it, right? The functionality of reusing can be happen by using inheritance. I don't want to again write all this stuff. Here it is very two methods only. In real time, you'll get hundreds of methods. Then why do you need to write? Why do you need to rewrite all these things which are already existing? Why do you need to? Why don't you reuse it? To reuse, there is a concept called inheritance. There is a concept called inheritance. I remove this. When you remove this, we are getting error. Super calculator does not have this method. Super calculator does not have add and subtract. Now, how to get them to the super class? How to get them to the super calculator? Simple. Calculator. After the subclass, after the newly created class, just put colon and from which class you want to get the functionality. From which class you want to get the functionality. Now build it and see. Yeah, the errors are gone. Because now we are reusing the functionality of calculator. We are inheriting, we are deriving, we are inheriting some features of superclass. Superclass here is calculator. Subclass means newly created class is subclass. Here this is a subclass. This is a parent class. This is parent class simply. This is child class. From this parent, I am constructing new calculator. I'm just adding the functionalities which are not available. The functionality which are already available, I'm not using. I'm not writing. I am reusing them from my parent class. This is the parent class. Calculator is parent class. Now what we did, we have reused it. To reuse, what is the feature? What is the concept we are having? What is the principle? That inheritance. Inheritance is process of reusing the existing functionality. Reusing the existing functionality by deriving from superclass, by deriving subclass. By taking the subclass, by using superclass, we can have the inheritance. How to achieve the inheritance? After the subclass, after the parent class, just put a colon and superclass name is superclass name or parent class. Here, let's say I'm having A. From A, I'm deriving some functionalities. I'm creating new class, which is B. This top class is known as parent class, superclass, parent class, superclass. Here, the bottom class is known as subclass or child class. Subclass or child class. Okay, you need to understand the terminology as well. Okay, superclass or parent class and subclass and subclass and child class. Perfect. Here, see, I can also show you whether these are getting called or not. From where it is getting called. Okay, I purchased my calculator. I purchased basic calculator and trying to perform the operations on basic calculator. We're able to perform addition, which is part of basic calculator, and even subtraction is also part of basic calculator. I purchased super calculator. I have advanced calculator now. I want to perform addition. When you try to perform addition, again, it came back to the calculator only because we are reusing the functionality instead of redefining all these things here. We are reusing the functionality by using inheritance principle. Addition is printed, subtraction again calling from calculator, and the new functionalities which are not available in the basic calculator, those are called here. See, factorial. This is the go inside, step in, come here, factorial, performing the factorial and printing the factorial 120. Okay, these two methods are part of subclass or child class or derived class. You can say derived class. Super calculator is the newly created class which is inherited from basic calculator so that we can access the functionalities of super class in subclass. Not only functionalities, we can also have properties. These properties can also be used. Let a is of int equal to 0. Let's see. Yeah, superclass property. A parent property. This is parent class property. This is later subclass property. That's it. I have two properties. From the calculator, I'm trying to access my calculator dot parent class property. A parent property equal to 10. This is superclass, right? This is superclass. Superclass is having a property called a parent property. I'm accessing that. From superclass, we cannot access subclass property. A child property, right? A child or subclass property. Subclass property. Subclass property cannot be accessed by using. Make it where. Here also make it where. Okay. The basic calculator is having only three things. One is a property, a parent property, and subtraction and addition. Those methods. Whereas subclass can access super calculator subclass can access superclass A parent property. Also, subclass can access subcalculator dot subclass property, right? Subclass property. This also you can access. By using subclass, you can access superclass properties and methods. By using parent class, you can only access the properties of the same class and the methods. Like calculator, basic calculator, whatever it has, only it can access. Whereas scientific calculator here, in our case, super calculator can access the features what it has, also the features which the basic calculator is also having. Why we have got that? Because by using inheritance relationship. Inheritance relationship. Hope this is clear. Any more doubts? Thank you for watching. Please do like and subscribe.